Alright, welcome back Vault Hunters, welcome back to Kairos. Today we've got another build for Vex, and this time it's a little bit different from the last one in that it revolves around lifesteal and trouble, so we'll just jump into it. We'll try to keep it as concise as possible. Drop a like if you've been enjoying the Borderlands content, subscribe if you're new here, and let's get into it. And we'll start with the skills first. So the skills here were pretty balanced. So first of all, we'll take a look at the class mod that we're running. So it's the lifesteal one. The rolls on this are not amazing, and as you can see it's only a level 35 class mod, but the level of the class mod itself for a legendary doesn't matter all that much. So what this does is alters and upgrades lifesteal to be dramatically better. So while we're at maximum health, lifesteal partially applies to shields, and while we're at maximum shield, lifesteal partially grants overshield. It doesn't say what that percentage is, and I can't really figure that out, but it is pretty damn good and it's a substantial upgrade. So for the red tree, this is probably going to be our main tree. The rest of the points will be in the green tree. So here comes trouble, and we're going to be using trouble as our action skill. So for the first one here is just blood is magic. We're just going to max this one out. We're getting 1 bonus point from the class mod, so basically while we're at full health we're just going to be doing more action skill damage. So that's 48%, so that's just really nice. Our augment here, we're going to take the blink strike because it's the lowest cooldown one, I believe. Yeah, so it's the lowest cooldown and it does pretty decent damage, and it just lets us trigger the command skill that we'll talk about in just a second. So ideally we're going to use this when the enemies are weaker, and it automatically guarantees a critical strike. For this skill, Yule and Bay, we're just going to give trouble increased maximum health capacity, and after we command we're going to do bonus gun damage for 8 seconds, so it's 25%, and that's the reason that we've picked this one, because it's a lower cooldown, so we're just going to proc this more often, the 25% bonus damage. And for the third one down here, we're just going for the kill skills gaining increased effectiveness, because we are going to have a couple of kill skills, and basically this just makes them more effective. 30% it says. I don't know if that's just a flat 30% on the base effect. It's not entirely descriptive, but 30% more effective, it just means that all the kill skills that we're going to be using are going to be better basically, so it's really nice to have that one there as well. And for the follow-up skills, we're going down this right hand side. We're not taking this augment because, like I said, you can take this one, it is still really good. I did experiment with this for a while, but we'll be sticking with the blink strike there. So for the attunement skill here, you could technically take this one as well, but we'll stick with the attunement skill. So while we're attuned to shock, we're gaining increased movement speed and gun damage, and that persists after a switch. So our main weapon's going to be shock, so we're going to have this up quite a lot of the time. 20% flat movement speed and 30% in gun damage while moving, and that says 6 seconds attunement duration, but it will last a lot longer than that. And like I said, our main weapon's going to be shock, so this will be up pretty much all the time. And then the main skill here, which is why it's a lifesteal build, is this one, Grave Thirst. So kill skill, Vex and her minions gain lifesteal for a duration, 10.5% per stack and 21% for trouble. Maximum stacks 3, but it's going to be increased, and 16 second duration. So that's the base stats, so we've got to take into consideration the effectiveness, which is 30%. So technically that should probably be about 13% per stack for us, and 28% for trouble, and that's up to 3 stacks. With the kill skill increase, which is in the green tree, which we'll touch on in a second, it's going to go up to 6. So 6 stacks, about 13%. We're pretty much going to be, if we get that up to maximum, going to be about 63% lifesteal if my math is correct there. Once we've fully stacked that, if we can get the 6 stacks, like I said, it will be quite hard to maintain. It just, if we do get it up there, it's going to be absolutely massive. And for the last 4 points in the red tree here, when we use a rep kit here, we're going to deal bonus damage with our guns, and trouble's going to do bonus melee damage for a duration. Currently it's 32% because we've only got the 4 points. That was the last 4 points that we had to spend, and it's going to be based on our current attunement, so just whatever weapon we're holding, and that's for 15 seconds. And like I said, with the combination of the reduction in the rep kit that we'll talk about in just a second, that's going to be active quite a lot. And for our capstone skill, the only one that we've got available in this tree, so Trouble is going to mark his current target, so we're going to be trying to focus whoever Trouble is attacking, and that means we're just going to deal dramatically more gun damage against him, 50%. So combine that with the gun damage from the attunement and the gun damage from using the command skill, we're going to be doing an absolute boatload of gun damage. And when we kill a target that he's marked, he will gain increased damage and health regen, and if we've got the action skill actually active as well, those are doubled. This says it stacks up to 3, again that will be affected by the kill skill, but this one's really hard to maintain because it's only 12 seconds. The highest I've seen it go is 5 while I was experimenting with it, but basically he's just going to be a lot stronger when he's getting these kills and while he's in the phase familiar form, so when he's active and he's rampaging. For the rest of our skill points, we're going to be in the escalation tree here, so we're splitting them at the top part, so we'll max out guns and needles for rep kit cooldown, so every kill we're going to reduce that by 21%. Again, that's increased because it's a kill skill, it's increased by 30%, so it'll actually be 28% reduction per kill, so you'll only get a couple of kills and basically you're fully restoring your rep kits. We'll take 2 points here for splash damage because one of our guns is going to be a splash damage gun, and that's doubled while our action skill is active, and Trouble will be active quite a lot, so we're going to have the bonus splash damage quite often. For the second skill in the escalation tree, we're going for this one here, Grave Implements. Kill skill again, we're going to gain increased gun damage for a duration, 10 seconds, 20% per stack, maximum of 6 stacks, so that's 120% if we've got that maxed out, but that will get the bonus as well, so 30%, so it's going to be roughly another 7%, so it's going to be a lot more than 120% if we get all 6 stacks. For the bottom part here, we're splitting this again, we're taking obviously the increase in max stack, so +3 on all kill skills, which this one doesn't stack. It's just Grave Implements and Grave Thirst really here. And for the last 2 points in the green tree in the bottom part here is just increased action skill duration and attunement duration, so that shock attunement skill is basically just going to last 14% longer, and action skill duration is 10% longer, so when Trouble's in his badass form. And the kind of main skill coming from the class mod here is this one, so there's no more other points other than this, that's the last point in the tree, and that's Conjunction, so we're going to deal increased gun damage the more full her shield is, and more damage reduction when we are low on health. So because we're getting the 4 bonus points here, it's 54% gun damage while we're at full shield, which we'll try to maintain through our main weapon, and if we're really low we're getting 64.3% damage reduction, which is pretty damn fantastic. So that's the skills here, so it's all going to be revolving around Trouble and maintaining as much gun damage as we can and proccing it using command skills. This one's really goddamn fun, and we'll jump into the weaponry here. So there's really 2 mandatory guns that we're looking at, and the 5 pieces of mandatory gear. The other 2 guns are optional, you can swap them out. But first of all, this is the one that is core to the build, and it's the Oh My God. This gun's absolutely fantastic because it works so goddamn well with our lifesteal and the lifesteal modifiers that we've got. So basically what this gun does is, while our shield is active, it's going to get increased damage and it will consume the shield instead of ammo, but because of our lifesteal, if we're doing enough damage, we're basically going to be filling the shield instead of draining it, and once the overshield is stacked, it's just going to do all that bonus damage and it's not going to run out of ammo. So we've essentially got infinite ammo, and that's where the unlimited power is coming from here with this gun. It's just like a energy beam of ultimate shock death, and it's just goddamn fantastic. And for the Oh My God, you're wanting to go to the Elpis Shatterfield, and you'll need to be killing Moon Maddened Callus, so you'll need to go all the way up to this part of the map, so you can just travel to this fast travel station once you've unlocked it in the Fallen Crown. This is a story boss, so you have to have gotten to this part in the story, and you'll just need to follow up the fortress, and then you'll be able to fight Moon Maddened Callus, and hopefully she'll drop the Oh My God for you, or you can maybe get it out of a golden chest or other red chest if you're lucky, but Moon Maddened Callus is the one you're going to want to farm for that. And for the second gun, we've went with the Hellfire submachine gun. So this one's a Ripper gun, so 2 primary guns are going to be Ripper, or at least we got the Ripper license on the Oh My God, which you should probably try to get for this one, because our enhancement's going to be Ripper focused. So the Hellfire Ripper gun, and it comes with the Ripper part automatically, I believe. This one's got the COV license magazine, which I don't actually like. If I could get it without that, I would, but this is just the one that we got. And for this, it will spawn on the Sky Spanner Cratch, and you can find the Sky Spanner Cratch in the Cuspid Climb Auger Mine, which is right here in the kind of centre of this region here, and that's the Auger Mine right there. So it's actually not far from, I think this is one of the world events over here, but it's right there, Whistler's Maw Auger Mine. Alternatively, if you don't want to use that, you can run the Hellwalker or any other strong kind of fire weapon. Hellwalker's a good second alternative, but it doesn't come with Ripper. I don't think it can. For that one, you'll find that on Saddleback and the Immortal Boneface and the Cuspid Climb Ripper drill site. So if you just travel to the Reliquary silo, and it's just down south here at the Meathead Riders Ripper drill, and they'll drop the Hellwalker. And for the third gun, we're going for the Kickballer. So this one is really good for splash damage and dealing with crowds. So if there's a lot of enemies about at once and you want to just kind of deal with them all without a single target, then this is definitely the gun for you. We've managed to get this one in Fire Element and Corrosive. We're not too bothered about the Corrosive because our fourth gun is going to be Corrosive focused. So for this one, we're just going to be using it in Fire mode. I'm not sure if this comes with a Ripper variant either, but this one here is Malawan and Jacobs, but it doesn't really matter because it's just going to do a lot of damage. For this one, you'll find this on Sludgemaw. Sludgemaw can be found in Idolator's Noose in the Fade Fields. For this one, you will need to complete the Null and Void questline to unlock this boss, because he's tied to that quest chain. Without completing that quest, you won't be able to farm this guy. So the Null and Void quest can be found from the Outbounders just outside. It's down in the main camp. I believe you can pick it up from there, and you just follow that quest chain to unlock Sludgemaw, and hopefully you can farm this one. And for the fourth gun, we're choosing a acid gun, and we've chosen the Dark Beast here because it's just really goddamn good, exceptionally strong acid weapon. I do believe it always comes in acid because I've had this quite a few times and it's always been acid. So the good thing about this gun is it shoots 2 bullets and it has a chance to pierce, which explodes and deals even more damage. This one, unfortunately, not a Ripper, so we're not going to get bonuses from it, but regardless, it's just goddamn good for taking out armoured targets, and that's mainly what we're going to be using it for. We're not going to be using it all that much. So for this one, the Dark Beast, you can find that inside the Timid Kyle's Neglected Opening Auger Mine. For some reason he's not marked on the map, but he is in here, so he should show up around about here on the map. So not far from the Stockroom Silo, or if you want to just travel from the Abandoned Outpost, the first one that you discover as part of the story, it's just up there, and hopefully he'll drop the Dark Beast for you. If you've got any alternative acid weapon, that's fine as well, or whatever you prefer really, but there's some way for dealing with armoured targets, and you're good to go. And for the actual equipment, the gear, so for the shield, we're going to be rocking the Super Soldier shield. So for this one, just really good because it's going to give us an overshield when it fills, which will feed directly into our lifesteal alternation. And with the Oh My God, not depleting ammo when we have overshield, it's just really handy to trigger that early if we're not triggering it through our lifesteal alone. As well as this one being really good for the overshield, it's giving us fire rate and movement speed, so when we're at full shield we're going to be moving goddamn fast. This one's got health regen when it's full as well, which really helps, as well as the power booster, so we've got a chance to get some extra gun damage there as well. For this one, you'll need to farm Vile Lictor or get it from a world drop. Vile Lictor can be found as part of the main story in the Umbral Foundry Fortress, and to access that you'll need to go over to the substation in the Stoneblood Forest and follow the portals through until you reach the Umbral Foundry Fortress. And for our ordnance, we've went with the Bottled Lightning just because of the shock damage, and this one is just hella good for cleaning out a bunch of mobs and dealing a lot of shock damage at once. And for this one, you'll need to farm one of the vault bosses and the Vault of Origo, which is the vault in the Terminus range. So for this one, it's this vault here, Obviously you'll need to have found all the fragments to even access this in the first place, but once you do, just go in here and kill the vault boss and hopefully he'll drop that for you. If you're lucky. It took me a while to get this one, so just keep going and you will eventually get it. For your rep kit, we've went with the Augmenter AF1000, and the reason for this one is it's got an increased duration and it has a chance to reduce the cooldown, so we're going to be able to use this quite often. With this one we've got the Enrage on it, so we want to trigger that as often as possible just for more damage. It obviously does increase the damage that we take, but we can deal with that because of our lifesteal, so that's not an issue at all. And for this one, this drops from Rock and Roller. Rock and Roller can be found in the Auger Mine in the Ruined Sumplins, which is just up here, called Trinket Crevasse, and you can find Rock and Roller inside here, and hopefully he drops that as well for you. I believe he does have another drop as well, so you might have to try a wee bit for this one or just get really lucky, and that'll be your rep kit. And for the last piece of gear, we've got the Disgorging Entropic, so this is the Ripper specialty one. The rolls that we got here are absolutely perfect for us. If you don't get those, don't worry about it. Really what we're looking for is the two Ripper effects, because our two kind of primary guns, being the Hellfire and Oh My God, have the Ripper traits on there. So guns with Ripper licensed parts have a 30% chance to instantly refill when empty, and guns with Ripper licensed parts gain 25% damage, but charge time is increased by 30%. So annoyingly with this one, it is a world drop, so there's no guaranteed drop, but I have found that these drop more often than not from the vault bosses. So if you want to try and get your hands on these, that's probably your best bet, is to farm the vault bosses there. And that wraps up the gear here, so quite a lot to gather if you want to get your maximum effectiveness out of this. Kickballer and the Dark Beast obviously optional, so if you want to swap those out you can with whatever you might prefer, but that wraps up the gear, so we'll jump now into the firmware. Before the firmware, quick and easy, we're specialising in Rubber Bandman here, so for the 3 points we're getting damage reduction of 5%, lifesteal of 5%, and then the third part will double that. So we're getting a flat lifesteal of 10% and a damage reduction of 10% just for some defence. So the flat lifesteal of 10% really helps with stacking up the shield. And for the secondary trait, you could probably swap this out if you prefer, but I've chosen Goo GFC, and that's just for action skill cooldown rate and action skill damage, so we're going to be able to use Trouble more often, and he's going to be doing a bit more damage, so 15% more damage there. And that's the firmware, so nice and easy with that one. And for the specializations, so for this one you'll technically only need 41 points here. I've got 49 at the moment, but you're going to want 20 into Survivor for maximum health and maximum shield, and 20 into Brute, and that's so you can pick the perk here. So Bullets Are Scared of Me, we're going to gain increased damage reduction based on the fullness of shield or health, whichever has maximum capacity. When that's full, we're getting 30% damage reduction, which just really helps for defense. And opposite of that, we're going to gain increased damage dealt based on the fullness of a shield or health, whichever has maximum capacity. So they're both the same, whichever's higher, which is our shield in this case, we're getting 30% damage and 30% damage reduction. And if our overshield is active, these are basically going to be active both at the same time, which is absolutely fantastic. And for our third skill, we've picked Riddle You This, so whenever we deal gun damage, we're getting increased gun damage up to 50 stacks, which is 50% for 6 seconds, and with the way Oh My God works, we're going to stack this one really goddamn quickly. And for the last perk for our specializations, Down But Not Out, so during Fight For Your Life we can out aim down sights and we don't suffer accuracy penalties, so that's just really to help us get back on our feet should we go down. And that's the build there, so we'll just jump into some gameplay here just to show it off. I'm going to try to trigger this as much as possible. Fire! What the? Get on him, buddy. Get our lifesteal procs up here and our gun damage. I mean, look at that. It's absolutely insane. Fired our ordnance. Oh yeah. Let's keep our attunement up. And our damage. Pop our rage. If we need to refresh that, we can. Obviously it's shock, so we can just contain this on him. Where did they go? There he is. We can switch to the Dark Beast here. Some acid damage. Trouble to attack. Nah, man. That's insane. And then you just maintain this the whole time. So good in a crowd as well. Where the hell did he just go? Now you can swap to the kickballer, unless you want to aim down the way. Just for an explosion and splash damage, so probably not the best showcase of the splash damage there. And for this one we'll just kill Pango and Bango here, because there's a little bit more targets and a little bit more demonstration in the splash damage bonus. So obviously while action skills active, we're going to do more splash damage. Just absolute unleash on these guys. Get that. Oh, that's the marker there, the purple markers when Trouble's attacking. So he's got 1 stack right now. What are you going for, buddy? What are you going for? You can set them on people by using your skill like that. See how many. Switch to the Hellfire here. Oh, no. Got a shield. What did they get a shield from? Kill him, Trouble. Where'd he go? Trigger the rage. Who are you attacking now? Oh, you. My god, man, you want to die? Can't even see these stupid guys. Stupid legs. Get the hell out of here. Oh. As soon as your overshield's active, like you're absolutely sorted here. Just like delete everybody. This one, just fire it like that, and it will just attack them all. Nice slow moving projectiles that zaps everybody. Get anti-attack. Keep our shock attunement bonus up, even though we've switched to the fire gun. Got our life seal set down there as well. So once we trigger that, our life seal is just going to be absolutely insane. Up to our Hellfire. Actually swap to the kickballer here. Increase splash damage. Our main gun's really, oh my god, here. Did you just kill Trouble? Like if you play it well, you're basically immortal because of the lifesteal. Like, get on this one. So much splash damage. And then you just unleash the lightning. You can actually crit as well with that, but you don't really need to because it just auto aims. Got the bonus damage. Kickballer's good and all, but honestly the Hellfire's is really goddamn good. Let's keep the rage up. Sometimes it's hard to stay on top of it. And you don't need to like aim or anything, so Trouble's attacking that one, so we really want to keep attacking that one. Just make sure you're keeping your shock attunement active as well. Just periodically switch if you have to, if you're not using the oh my god, just so you're getting the bonus. Just watch your buff bar down in the bottom. It's the bonus active. Kill them. Let's unload that damage. It's our gun damage buffs, so many of them. Consistent elemental damage, man. Just keep issuing commands to Trouble. So that's a pretty good, damn good showcase of the build here. Super versatile. Main gun's this one, which deals with most enemies with pretty much ease, but so much fun. And you've got Trouble to help you along the way, but highly recommend you give this one a go if you can. It's a huge amount of fun, but hopefully you've enjoyed this one. If you have, really appreciate it if you drop a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new here. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.